Stop in a bit.
Oh yeah, Kelly, how you like our theme song?
Cool intro. I'm so impressed. That was awesome. I was like, and action.
That's right. That's how we do Lemon City Live.
Hi, fellas.
So, guys,
I got a huge smile on my face right now, guys. Yeah, you know why? I'm just smiling away right now, guys.
Well, guys, I want to thank everybody for joining us. This is the Lemon City Live podcast, episode 231 now. Man, it keeps growing and growing. Mm-hmm. Thank you guys for coming in, stopping by. We're joined today by the wonderfully talented and super Miami connected Kelly Blanco from NBC6. Thank you so much for hanging out with us for a bit. Let's just go around real quick here, making his 231st episode in a row. This way over here. The number one fungus right there, Gus, has never missed a show, Kelly. All of us have, but he's never missed a show.
Yep.
Kind of a big deal. You know? And Tenard, coming back here, TD, for his usual Tuesday with his Magic City Highlight sweatshirt. That's really nice, bro. I got to get me one of those.
That is, bro. We don't have enough Magic City Highlight swag.
We got our own merch right now, guys. We got our own
merch, man.
So we can make our own hoodie.
We got some sweats, some sweet stuff there. I'm your boy Larry Fresh, and thank you guys again for joining us. Stick around. I know there's a big debate at 9:00. We don't want to take anyone away from that. I think it's an important thing that everybody should watch. So go out there, vote. There you go. Make sure you do your part, your civic duties. Yep. But again, welcome to Lemon City Live. Gus, tell everybody who makes this possible.
Guys, Lemon City Live is brought to you by Magic City Highlight. Magic City's 2020 season started May 1st and will run through the end of November. For now, the court will stay closed to the public, but you'll be able to watch all the games in real time on YouTube on the Highlight channel. If you need a sports fix, we highly recommend that you check it out. The Highlight channel also has a ton of other original content to help you understand the game and get you more familiar with the players in the league, like Tenard Davis. Go to youtube.com/highlight channel, spelled JAIALAI channel. It's free to subscribe, and you'll never miss a moment of the action.
I've played before.
What?
I've played before for a story.
You play Highlight before.
I don't play. I played. I tried to do that.
So which front on? So since we usually start a conversation with Highlight talk. So you made it easy for right now. So tell us what front on you learned how to play Highlight at.
I have no idea.
Was it here in
I don't even know how I was assigned for that story. I just know that I was going to be having ice cream at Jackson's with like a race car driver after. So they're like, okay, well, since we have that going on, do you mind going to the Highlight and doing like the press junket? And I was like, yeah, no, cool, yeah. And then I got there and I was like, not prepared. But like all the guys were really cool. You guys are so talented, really passionate. And I just wish we had like more fans,
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. So what was the most difficult part about learning how to play Highlight?
Not getting a wedgie.
No. That was not what I was expecting from you.
I was just wearing these like pants and like a, what do you call it? Like a one piece. Yeah, like a one piece. Every time I did the thing, I would be like, oh, like awkward and try to be cool about it. But it went far, like at least once, which is all you need for the camera. So
that's true. So you can edit the rest out to make yourself like a professional player, correct?
No, yeah. I just needed that one. I just needed that one take.
Nice, like Jay-Z.
So all right, learn how to play high. You see how difficult it was, because you put a thingy on your hand that's really called a cesta, and trying to manipulate that thing to try to get it to the front wall to come back to beat your opponent. So I just asked you what was the most difficult part. Let me ask you this question: what was your favorite part about the sport?
Whoever was teaching me was kind of like, he was kind of cute.
Oh, okay now.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll do this. But it felt like that. What do you call the thing? What do you call it?
It's called a cesta.
Okay, so the cesta, it was like, I gotta imagine it's like, you know when like your dog, you let like his nails grow out and he's like awkward because like,
Yes.
it felt weird. Like it didn't.
Yeah.
And my hand, I'm a very like petite girl.
Yeah.
So it was tough. It was half my body.
Yeah. I'm assuming you probably went to Dania or Miami Casino to teach you how to play highlight. But
No,
yeah,
you taught her how to play highlight, TD.
The casino.
Yes. Hey, you're more than welcome, because I had Willie McGinnis and I had NFL Network come to the casino, and I taught Willie McGinnis and James Jones how to play highlight, and they got a lot of learning that day, and they actually respected it and wanted to know more about the sport after that. So,
do we have like a female team?
not right now this moment, but you could be the person that started that up, though, if you want to try.
I'm gonna pass, but
okay.
really cool. In quarantine, I've been trying to like get my golf game flowing.
Okay.
Oh,
That's something I've been wanting to pick up too.
I have a driver, I have a putter, and I have a 9-iron. That's all I have. So that's all I play. That's all I play with. And then I'm gonna try to take up tennis too. So.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. So multi-talented, huh?
Yeah.
Well, baby steps.
Yeah.
Okay. People when I'm ready to like start a team.
Okay. I just realized I have a driver.
Oh, there you go.
I have a driver and like some hybrid, and that's it. I just like going to the driving range. That's kind of my thing if I can. Feel pretty good out there, crushing it every once in a while.
So you don't like actually like play?
I've done 9 holes like twice. I got a real par one time. That was pretty good. But other than that, I was awful. I kept the ball that I got the par in. That's my little trophy ball. I got it separated there. I was like, hey, that's kind of a big deal. Did one good thing. I'll keep that as a memory. But
yo, yeah, top golf, bro. Top golf.
I want to ask you your handicap then.
Oh, I don't know what it is.
I'm sure it's horrible.
Golf is really underrated. Now, tennis, that was a sport I actually grew up playing. I love tennis. That's probably one of my favorite like sports to play, but it's always hard to find somebody who's like at that same level as you.
Sure.
Because when you're playing with somebody who's like still beginning, it's kind of like, all right. And then somebody who's really good, it's like, oh man, it's super intimidating. But when you find that good match, oh, it's the best. So
find your equal. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, oh, look, Dan is 5 minutes in and already 2 answers I wasn't expecting. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, she changed it up on us.
Yep. So yeah, guys, if you're watching, for those of you watching, ask questions, fill up the chat there. If you got anything for Kelly, for us, for anything like that, just keep it going. Now, so you've done the highlight thing. You've obviously, you're Gus and I were talking about it, and I guess Gus can explain it a little better. He says that you are the Miami. I
said you're like the host of Miami. When you think of all the cool shit that involves Miami, that's all the stuff that you cover. Like all the things that you put out there in your social media, you know, the different restaurants or all the little events and stuff like that. You're like the hostess of Miami. You're like, that's what you are.
That's very nice of you to say. Yeah. I do have a really fun job. I don't, even though I'm part of the news team, I don't talk about the doom and gloom.
Yes.
Which is so nice. And you know, I've been with NBC for going almost on 8 years, which is wild. They took all my 20s away from me. I'm just kidding. But it's been really nice because when I got hired, I was like, you know, I'm not going to be that serious person. So like, if you want to hire me and you know my personality and you want to take a shot at me, I'm cool. But I'm not going to be doing like the serious hardcore. I don't want to do the hardcore news. I don't want to talk to the mom that just lost her son because I'm just going to bring her back home and feed her soup. You know, like, so it's been great. Just in quarantine alone, I've done so many cool interviews. I'm not sure if you know who D-Nice is, the DJ.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like all over the place. And I got to interview him. He was like the first time that I left my house to see humans was to go interview him. And that was like so cool because a lot of people were going into club quarantine during COVID to just like listen to him DJ, and they all would say like, oh, I feel like I belong here. Some people were dealing with depression and anxiety, and they would say that his music helped them out. So that was a really cool interview, and I interviewed the singing surgeon, and he.
Oh, okay, yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah, Elvis Francois, and we've seen him at NASCAR, we've seen him at NFL games, we've seen him at so many different things, and that was cool too. So yeah, I get to eat, I get to do fun things, I get to act a fool and try to play sports that I don't know how to play. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's some sweet perks right there, for real. Now, Kelly, are you originally from Miami or?
Yeah, so I was born in Colombia. Bogota, that's where my parents are from. My dad's from Barranquilla, my mom's from Bogota, and they wanted me to be born in Colombia so that my grandparents could meet me. And then we came back when I was 9 months old, and I've been here ever since. I never left, like for work. A lot of people in this industry kind of have to go and come back. And I was raised in between like Miami Lakes and Miramar, and then was in Broward, and the station is in Miramar. So I would drive, just looking at the station and being like, oh, that's a gate that I'd like to go through one day. And so now I'm there, and it's pretty cool. So I've never left, and all my best friends have left me. We were the big three, and now I'm by myself. So I'm from here. I wasn't born in America, but I came 9 months old. So.
You're, as they say, Miami is fun, you know what I mean? So,
yeah, for real.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm actually, my mom's side of my family was from Medellin, so I've been out to Colombia a few times. It's wonderful. I've never been out to the coast or Bogota or any of that stuff, so that's
Very
next
cool.
up on the trip there. But that's really cool. So you've got you're from here. You drove by your future employer for the longest time growing up, and now you're there, and here you are, keeping people with during this quarantine time, like we've been talking about, because we've been saying it we used to do our show, to give you a little background, we used to do our show in person. The three of us would get together, and it was strictly audio. So we would always, it was a thing where weekly we'd get together, we would record our podcast. We treated it like a live show, but it was recorded, and we kept everything raw and real. Now, Gus and I work together, so I've been able to see Gus, but we haven't seen TD in person since March. And it's weird because for a couple of years, we were seeing each other weekly. Mm-hmm. And when this all started, everybody, we first we were working from home, then we went to work, and quarantines treated everybody differently. And we found this apparatus here that we use to do our show now and see each other's face. But it's like you said, this quarantine thing treats people differently. It's people looking for a way to get out of it. There's some people that still haven't seen anybody, that are still locked up, and you're getting to do something like what you're doing on NBC6 and interviewing DJs and showing them, and like that part of it is really, really cool.
That was my only interview that I've had interaction. Everything else has been Zoom since March. So I've had one interview, like face to face, 6 feet apart. Everything else has been Zoom since we went into lockdown. So I haven't been at the station since the second week of March.
Wow.
So you haven't been back at the station at all? Wow.
I've not been back at the station at all. If I turned my camera around, you would see like all my lights, all my work.
They came and set it up for you.
Yeah. And it's so simple too. Just like you guys figured out how to do this StreamYard. I just press live, and then they take us when it's our time to go live. And my schedule is usually like afternoons, like a 9 to 5. And when I started at NBC, I started in the mornings, and now I'm back mornings because we added newscasts, we moved people around. So like 8:16, that's like bedtime, because I usually wake up at like 4 a.m. So today I'm like, I'm gonna be hanging with the boys, so I'm gonna take a nap. So I split my sleep up. But yeah, I haven't been to the station since March.
All right. So since you're staying at home, I'm sure you've had time to explore, all the different food options around you, right? So since you're a big foodie, right?
I eat so much.
That's what I say on your social media page. You are a foodie.
Yeah.
I love food. Cheese. My dog's name is Brie. You know how like women think like, oh, I'm gonna name like my first daughter and my son this, I think of like dog names. Like I'm like, oh, if I ever have like a bulldog, I'm gonna name him Gouda. Like,
That's a good bulldog.
if I ever have like a golden retriever, I'm gonna name him Cheddar. Like that's what I think about. I have like my two like core group of friends would be like my best friends, like MJ Acosta, Joy Taylor, my girlfriend Jordana, my girlfriend Denise, and then I have my other friends, which are like my best friends as well, but they're like the foodies. So they're like the editor-in-chief for Eater, the Time Out Miami girl, which is her name is Virginia. So like our conversations are always like either this or that. And on restaurants are opening back up, right? And I do have to tell you, in the beginning of quarantine, I deleted my Uber Eats and my Postmates.
Whoa.
Like, deleted it. You know why? I was ordering 3 meals at a time.
Oh,
and just being like, I'll figure it out. I'll just eat like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and then I'll put it away for the next day or for dinner, and then I would end up eating
the whole thing.
Yeah. We've all been there.
We're all guilty of that.
I can relate.
Guilty of that. Yeah, I can relate.
I'm like, am I depressed? Like,
no.
Am I okay? No. Why am I like stress eating? I just love food. And so as restaurants have opened back up little by little, and there was outdoor dining. So I did that a couple of times and I did feel safe. And now there's like indoor dining. And so on Friday, you guys know what a bang bang is? Don't answer that. A bang bang is when you go to 2 restaurants back to back.
Oh.
Yeah. TD, get your head out of the gutter.
Man, get out of here.
Like I said, don't.
There.
That's why I said don't answer it. I don't know. There was a comedian who got in trouble who like started that term of bang bang because he would go to 2 places and eat 2 full meals. And so on Friday, I went to this place called Mila on Lincoln Road. And then right after, we went to 27 at the Broken Shaker and had 2 full meals.
Oh, wow.
No regrets.
That sounds like a great night.
And you're one of those lucky girls that can eat whatever you want and not gain 1 ounce of a pound. And you talk about your married life around Miami, Florida, and say, "Oh, I'm so fat. Oh, so this," and go eat a whole bang bang somewhere else. So you're lucky. You're lucky. You're lucky.
I don't know. I feel like one day I'm gonna wake up and it's gonna be like Shallow Hal, Dr. Doolittle. It's all gonna catch up to me.
Yeah, that happened to me like in 2010. It's been long gone. Those days of being able to do, I probably could have done like a bang bang or like Evan over here says, so you're not supposed to order 3 meals at a time. Yeah, I probably back in the day would have done something like that. But yeah, I'm definitely enjoy it. Hey, you got it. You can go out there.
I love eating. I love, sharing meals with people. I love talking about food. I love going out, like when we were traveling. I am known to like just pick a place, Austin, New Orleans, and we would meet, all the girls would meet there and we would just like have like 7 meals and then we'd go back home.
I like 7
New Orleans food is fire.
The best food in the world, hands down.
Jazz and food, what?
Yeah,
so
you
good.
can't beat that. I went to New Orleans and I probably ate at 6 restaurants in 3 days. That's how bad it is, bro. It's really that bad.
Yeah, Kelly, let me ask you. You talked about how COVID has affected, how you do your job and everything like that. I want you to tell me about how it was before, like when you were out in the field. Sometimes you got to cover some sports stuff, right? Like I remember I was covering the celebrity flag football tournament during NFL week, when the Super Bowl week. I'm sorry, when the Super Bowl was here. It was at FIU. And you were there. I saw you. You were running. I guess you got what you came for, and you were running to your next event or something. I have no idea, but I was like, "Hey, that's Kelly Blanco." All right. Anyway,
I did cover that, and I had a red carpet after at the SLS that day. I don't even know how we survived Super Bowl, but I'm glad we did because it was like the last sign of,
human contact. Yeah.
It's
Right.
so crazy. Yeah.
That was BC before Corona.
But actually, one of my first jobs was at QAM, like at WQAM as a sports, as like the weekend sports anchor. And I did it for probably like maybe like 5 or 6 months. And, like the radio station's like old and dirty and stinks. And I was just like doing the sports updates by myself on the weekends. And it was like so boring to me because I'm a fan, but I don't want to talk about it daily. Like MJ and Joy, like they will talk about it until they turn blue in the face. And that's their job.
Yeah.
I just want to be a fan. I just want to be a fan. I just want to watch. I just want to be superstitious. If someone loses and they're sitting on that side of the couch and that's where you're staying for the rest of, the season. But I remember it was March Madness and I was like, I can't deal with like all these games going on at the same time. What is all this? And I was already doing freelance entertainment. So it was a matter of just like working at a radio station like where I was like by myself, like on a full Saturday, making, I don't even know what they were paying at that time, like $12 an hour, or continuing to do freelance and, being able to cover red carpets on that Saturday or on that Friday. And so after March Madness, I was like, I gotta go. And then I did freelance for a little bit longer, and then NBC hired me. So I have a little bit of a sports background. So whenever we do have certain events, we were looking for our sports anchor for a minute there. So like I would pitch, I would help out and stuff. But yeah, it was fun. It's fun. Yeah, it was fun.
What's been like what stands out to you as far as what you've covered here in Miami sports wise? What events have you done that stand out to you? It doesn't have to be like a game or anything, but like maybe you were at Zoe Summer Groove or something like that. I don't know. It could be whatever.
I love when I cover like Iree's events, like all the charity golf tournaments. It's always been so fun for me. But what year was it? What was the year that we played? What year was the Super Bowl here? Like 2 Super Bowls. Yeah. Like
2009 or 2007, because I was in the 2007 year where the Colts played the Bears and then the Colts played the New Orleans Saints.
The one when Prince performed.
I was there. So that's 2007.
Tenard won that Super Bowl, actually.
Yeah, he was on the Colts.
So 2007, I was like a little green bird, like fresh. Like I was just like, I just want to be like on camera and talk. It's all I'm good at, eating, talking. Just let me do it. And so I was doing like an internship, and the guy had applied to be like a General Motors host for the Super Bowl, and they already had all the guys, but I was in his clip and the lady was like, who's the girl? And so I got picked to be a General Motors like correspondent. And that was epic because you remember TRL?
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, you're talking my day.
Damian Fahey was one of the guys. Like and he was like one of the main TRL guys, and he was like the General Motors. It was called like I Got Shotgun. Anyway, so I got to cover, they were doing the flag football stuff, but it was like really cool back then. Like the Direct TV one, it was like all the celebrities. And then they did like a little like race car thing. And at that event, I interviewed like Nick Lachey and just so many people. But I met a producer who I ended up having an audition with 2 weeks later for the Oscars. And then a month later, I was covering like the Oscars.
Whoa.
That's what's up.
That was huge. But I remember like going to the audition. He's like, oh, do it in Spanish. And he's like, you told me you speak Spanish. And I'm like, I do. And he's like, not very well. And I was like, all right, let me do it in Spanglish. And he's like, I'll show my boss that. And he showed the Spanglish one to his boss. And, it makes sense because a lot of these actors don't speak Spanish. So I can, say I'm fluent, but I can't be like on my feet, like live, like I am. Yes. I can probably do it now. And so that was such a huge opportunity for me, Because I got to interview through them. Like my first interview ever, my first press junket was Halle Berry, and I thought that was like so cool. And Jerry Seinfeld were like my first 2 interviews. So that's like my Miami sports moment covering, you know, the Super Bowl. And I got to go to the Super Bowl. I didn't know. I was just like, I'm just here interviewing. And then I was like, okay, bye everyone. It's raining. Have a great time. And they're like, you have tickets. And I was like, I have tickets. So I think that was really cool. And I was so young, and I like just took a leap of faith and like started talking to different people and, you know, introducing myself. And that kind of set the mood for my career, you know?
That's amazing.
That's my favorite moment. And then as far as like anything recently, I'm trying to think of what's been like a cool sports moment.
Well, you were on the screen at the Heat game recently.
That was for fun, but that honestly, I am so impressed with. I like wrote to everybody that deals with like social media and like game presentation. And I was like, you guys did awesome, because as a fan, it hurts so bad to be in the playoffs and not be able to like have access to our team, you know? Yeah. And so I would watch the games and I'd be like, that's really funny how they have like the people on the screen, like, oh, look, Little Wayne just popped up and like whatever. Like, that's funny. This person's sleeping. This one's showing their dog. And we would go to games all the time with Joy and with MJ, and it would just be like so much fun. It would be great. And so I was like, you know, it'd be cool. Let's just do the in-game bubble, you know, thing. And they were like, yeah, that would be cool. And so we got in, and it was a lot of fun. They actually have like entertainment.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So like whenever there's a commercial or like whatever, there's a timeout, like someone will say something, M. Dot will pop up, Dale will pop up, and there's different sections. Yeah. So everybody has different like hosts. And
I don't know if it was you or MJ posted in your story like what the room looks like on your computer screen, and I saw that Olaf, what's his name? What's the actor's name?
Josh. Yeah.
Yeah, he was there. That's pretty cool.
He was.
Yeah.
Well, he's from here, right? He's from Broward.
Yeah, he's from here. And Iris down here was in your virtual room as well. She wants to be part of your foodie clique.
We were in the same virtual room. Hi, friend. That's cool. That's cool. We weren't like sitting together. At one point, me and Joy were like sitting next to each other, and someone was like, "Are you guys having a conversation?" Because they saw us on TV like laughing at the same time. Like we weren't supposed to be laughing, and it was because we had a Zoom with the girls, and we were like talking, watching the game in the room. It was a lot. There was a lot going on. And that night I slept like 2 hours. But luckily my commute from the bedroom to the living room is just, you know, a couple seconds. Accidents. I've ran into walls before, but we're good.
Kelly, I actually want to ask you, okay, so MJ's a good friend of the show. She's been on a few times with us already. Even when we were just audio. She's awesome. She's an honorary lemonhead, like we like to call it over here. But we're sports fans as well. We're Miami people. We listen to Joy on local radio for all the years that she was here. So we have, you know, we know of her, and we know, you know, what a great personality she is. But for you, that you're not the sports girl, like you say, but they are, and you're hanging out with them. Like, does it ever get heated, or is there ever any like real sports because Gus and I sometimes, like today at work, we were going at each other today. We were really getting into it over like the most random trivial thing. I don't want to get into the details of it, but like, so I'm just curious, does that also happen in other circles, like with you, like, or do they ever get too heated into anything sports where you're like, yo, girls, tone it down?
No, on our group chat, it's 5 of us, and one of the girls like knows nothing about sports, and she'll be like, oh, I guess it's, you know, it's the Heat and the Lakers, and we're like, yeah, we're talking about this all day. And so, and then Denise, she works at Channel 10, and she knows sports. She likes sports. She follows sports, and she's from here. But never have we ever kind of disagreed on anything, to be honest, like sports or really anything. So whenever we talk sports, it's just like it's the love of sports. And then I'm sure like they'll probably talk on the side about like work stuff.
Yeah.
But as far as like when we're together, or we just took a trip to the Keys for like a week, like a little weekend getaway, and we talked about sports. It was just, it's not like you guys, trust me.
Yeah, it's crazy because with Joy being on with working with Colin, and obviously MJ now hosting a huge NFL Network show that we're really happy for her. I was wondering, I'm like, man, I wonder if their dynamic is anything like what Gus and I have, because Gus is actually, as long as we've been doing this, Gus has always been the one who's least into sports. He's always like, if I'm the sports nerd, I'm the idiot guy who just knows too much random stuff. I don't let it dominate my life like some other people, but when it comes to our dynamic here,
everyone is a historian.
Yes, and Gus is always like, "Oh, I forgot that guy's name. What's the one?" He's horrible with names. He's horrible with those things. So sometimes, every group has their own dynamic. But them being, some badass women in sports right now, I was wondering if it carries over to your guys' personal life. That's interesting, though, how it's a little different there. Oh, we got TD back.
Oh,
I'm so sorry, man.
Yeah, no, not at all. But like we're all on the same team, right? Are you guys arguing because of like teams, or are you arguing because you have different teams?
Oh no! Today we were arguing about a guy's foot position when he threw a football. That's exactly what we were arguing about. So it's not even worthy of mentioning, or it's really just like, why were we arguing about that?
And honestly, it's one of the most heated discussions we've ever had. I don't know how it got to that point.
I thought he was going to throw
something. They're like a married couple.
Yeah, we've been together so long. I mean, so
yeah.
We're talking. Y'all guys talking about the dysfunctionness of our family.
Yeah. We're giving an example that we had earlier today, but yeah, I mean that's just how it is. But no, we're the three of us here. We're all homers. We all cheer for the home team. Tomorrow, before we let you go, I know we're winding down here with Kelly, and again, big thank you, Kelly, for joining us. Kelly Blanco from NBC6 for making the time to join us today. But tomorrow is we're on the eve of a very big sports day for Miami. You got the NBA Finals starting, and you also have the Marlins.
We can't forget about
the Marlins.
No, not at all. I got a lot. Baseball is actually my first love, so I definitely, and the Marlins are a big part of that. So tomorrow, it's their first playoff game in 17 years since they made it into the playoffs. Big deal. We got a lot of stuff going on.
2003.
Yeah, exactly. It's been so long. So
and you can't be there for either of these.
For nothing. It's horrible. It's a really strange time that we're in right now. But where are your sensibilities when it comes to the local team? Go ahead, Gus.
What'd you say, Gus?
I was gonna say our producer Dennis that you met earlier, he gets to cover Marlins games because he's a photographer. He's a really great photographer, actually. So at least he gets to experience that this season during COVID.
He did say he was like behind. Is he like behind you?
Yeah, right behind these.
Behind the scenes.
But
he's hiding behind us.
But yeah, I mean, and we all cheer for our different teams. I was wondering, are you a full all-out Miami homer as well, or do you have any particular rooting interest outside of the?
No, I think we need to give Pat Riley another championship. Like he deserves it. The man deserves it. He's such a stud, man. 75 years old. Are you kidding me?
He's a silver fox.
Smooth.
Smooth criminal. That man. He is.
Yeah.
You know what's my favorite part of when the Heat won the Eastern Conference Finals and they were doing the trophy presentation? My favorite part of it was when Spoelstra looked up and said and called him by the Godfather. Like that's
And his face, he was like, he is the Godfather. His face was like so stoic and so like, we got this, like 75 years old. And the fact that he's seen like a champion, what is it? He's seen a championship in like every decade for the last like
70s.
years.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
What? I will be, I'll get out of work at my house. Around like 12:30, I'll have lunch. I'll maybe take a nap, and then it's gonna be, and then I'm all in.
All right. So you want to give us your official finals prediction?
Oh my gosh. Heat in 5.
Ooh, gentleman sweep with the monocle and everything. I like it.
Yeah.
There you go.
See, I go Heat in 3. We're finishing the game early. I've been saying it all playoffs, and
man. Mercy rule.
I've been saying it all playoffs, and it's been working. So I'm not gonna change my mind.
Yeah, we gotta stick to it.
I like it. I'll take it.
We're not superstitious.
As long as we win,
yes.
I don't care. The pots and pans thing. That's a little nerve wracking right now for me. But
that's so Miami.
Oh yeah. That doesn't happen anywhere else in the country, right?
Nope.
Huh? No. And that's fine. I love the fact that people go to 49th Street and wherever else everybody's going. But the other day when I saw that on the news, I got anxious because I'm like, you guys are too close. And
I agree.
And why didn't we just wait until we won the whole thing? I thought that's what, isn't it? Wasn't it when we like?
That's what you do when you win a championship. Yeah.
Yeah.
We prematurely celebrating right now.
I think they were just like, any reason to bring out that cazuela because I've been at home cooking with it for the last 6 months. So I'm gonna go hit it on the street. Yeah. Like, this is not like let's just wait. Let's just wait. But
every time you hit it, it smells like sazon.
Sofrito.
Yeah. I think it's just, I think it's just the product of being locked up for so long. So many people are just, ready to jump at the first excuse. But
I think so too. Eastern champs, let's go. Like,
yes.
You gotta wait until we take it all home. But
but we did have like a legendary sports weekend. Not only did the Dolphins win on prime time, the Canes beat the shit out of FSU. Like the most points anybody has ever scored in that rivalry. That was amazing. Tenard is a former
University of Miami.
By the way. Yep. And then the Heat win the Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, come on, that's
it's good.
Epic.
It definitely is the glass half full for all of us. Sports obviously brings everybody together, and the fact that all our teams are kicking butt. The icing.
It's good for the state of Florida, baby.
Yeah.
Good for our souls.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
So hopefully we'll be all hanging out on 49th Street and banging some pots and pans with a real reason to celebrate here. So
if the Heat wins, yes.
Yes. Kelly, I want to thank you so much again for sharing your time with us. We really appreciate it. You're wonderful. Best of luck to you. Stay safe out there and continue to do what you do. Bring joy to everybody. Deliver all that good stuff, and we'll be watching and cheering for you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. This was fun.
Anytime.
Bye.
Anytime, Kelly. Take
Bye,
care.
Kelly.
Bye.
There we go. So hey, big thank you to Kelly.
She was pretty cool, man. Pretty cool.
She's awesome, man.
Yeah, man. She has a great personality, man. She's cool.
Very, very cool. Makes everything it's a lot easier to talk to someone when they enjoy talking and really and also she has a fucking cool job, man. She said, she's like, yo, hold up. Yeah. I'm not doing any doom and gloom. I'm just doing the fun stuff. Like, bro, that's awesome. Like I want to get to a point in my life where
I wanted her top three. I wanted her top 3 places she wanted to eat at, man. I wanted to ask a question, but my internet started to go for a jazzle on me.
Yeah. We'll ask her next time.
Yeah. Let's see here. Perfect. Yeah. All right. I just got a message from Dennis. Dennis, thank you, bro. But big shout out to our producer, Dennis, behind the scenes, making stuff happen. He's got to run right now, but thank you, bro. I don't think he's listening to me because he has his headphones off. But all right, thumbs up. There you go, Dennis. Be good, bro. So yeah, we got a little bit left here before the debate. We got some time, so let's get into some talking points here. If you guys are still in the chat, tell us what you thought about Kelly. Tell us what you're looking forward to tomorrow. Give us some NBA Finals predictions. The next time that we'll be on will be Friday, so we'll already be rolling into Game 2 of the finals. So give us some Heat predictions if you got them. I mean, there's only one right answer. It's Heat in 3. We're gonna keep that going. I'm not gonna change that. But let's talk a little bit about the weekend, man. Like it was. We got to talk Canes. I gotta give it up. I know I give TD a hard time about FIU. It was a hard season for the Hurricanes last season. But TD, bro, this has got how good did Saturday feel for you as a Hurricane, knowing what the school means to you, what you've put into that school, what that school gave you, and how much you hate those Seminoles, that rivalry. What did it mean to you Saturday, and just seeing that scoreline in that game and that domination?
Man, so when we talked to Victor on last Tuesday, and I said we have to make a statement. We have to make a statement while we're coming off of COVID. Everybody's starting the same time in the ACC, and we needed to make a statement that loss against Georgia, we couldn't let them stick around and give them an identity of like, okay, you can still play with the Canes, so that means we have a chance of at least getting back into the hunt ACC championship. We didn't let that happen. We put our foot on their throat from quarter 1 to quarter 4. And all 3 phases did exactly what they were supposed to do. You know, look, the quarterback position right now is all-time high at University of Miami. All-time high. And got to keep rolling with this kid. If we get to the point of him being extremely confident, him putting up stats, him understanding the offense, going into Clemson, I really have the confidence. I really believe that we have a chance to fight for the ACC championship. We're ranked number 8, if I'm not mistaken, right now, in the AP polls. So right now we're in the prime position to win out and put ourselves in the top 4 going into the playoffs starting in November or in November. So, you know, to be honest, I wasn't surprised on what we did at Florida State. Florida State right now is at the worst point in their school history, man. They don't have a quarterback. They don't have a coach. Yeah. Literally, the coach couldn't even show up for the game. Yeah. And their team is in shambles. You know, so as a university, like as our university, as teams that's going to play in that division, you got to keep your foot on your throat over like a team like Florida State, because if you get them any kind of air, you know, they can start a fire and then they can probably get on the road.
And I think so too, man. I agree. I was impressed. You know, we talked with Victor, which, by the way, big shout out to Victor, man. I know he must have been like super ecstatic on Saturday, being at the game and everything.
Of course.
Also, if you want to read the recap, we had Gabe was out there at the game covering it for us up in the press box. So if you missed any of the action, check out his piece on lemoncitylive.com. But yeah, dude, it was like Victor said. He was out there. He was very assertive with his belief on what was going to happen Saturday. I didn't think it would be this bad, bro. Like that when it came to halftime, I was like, wait, is that the final score? No, there's still another half of football. Like, bro,
yeah, dude,
I've never seen a beatdown like this. I mean, we
dropped the 50 burger.
Dropped the
50 burger, bro.
Neither team has ever dropped 50 against the other team, so none of us have ever seen that.
Let alone 50, let alone dropping 50 and then holding them to 10. Like, bro, it was a domination. I mean, they were clicking on all facets. Our boy Borregales, man, just killing it. You know, making all.
Shout out to Jose, man.
Shout out to Jose. And
what I love is that every single person affiliated with the Hurricanes and any broadcast was saying, that this is what we needed last season. Like each and every one of them, bro.
Now,
I heard that. Every single one said that. Yeah.
And it's just one of those things, man. Saturday was a great night, sitting back watching it. I know, obviously, I'm a Panther. I'm a big FIU fan, but I grew up before I ever stepped foot at FIU or anything. I grew up next to the Orange Bowl. I grew up letting people park by my house. I was a Canes fan first. And I'm always gonna have some love for the Canes, and to watch that. Having been at FSU games that we've lost, having been at FSU games that we won. I was at the wide right game. I mean, at the wide left game in 2003, I believe it was, or 2-1. Sorry.
Yeah, 2003. That's right. 2003.
And you know. And a few years ago, you know, being underneath the goalpost when we shanked the extra point and lost FSU, you know, I've seen both sides of it. Just sit back and watch a dominating performance from the opening kickoff to the last second of the game was just, bro, it was so good, man. Like it made all of my insides feel nice, man. And the city needed it, the team needed it. Mm-hmm. You know, it's been a rough couple of seasons for them, and everything is better when the Canes are clicking. You know what I mean?
When they're relevant,
when they're playing well, it's better for everybody. College football needs it. De'Aaron King, man, wow, bro. He put it up, bro. He was throwing the ball, his poise, his control of the offense, everything. all across the board. It was just checking off all the boxes. Now, that was Saturday. Big test now, man. Clemson's no joke. We're going to Death Valley. Thankfully, no
top
fans.
10 matchup, man. Top 10 matchup.
Yeah, top 10 matchup. Hopefully, I don't know if there's going to be fans there or not. I don't know what the seating capacity is going to be for this weekend. But whatever the case is, it's not going to be a raucous. I don't know how many thousands of people go there. TD, did you ever play at Clemson?
At Clemson, yes, I did. Yeah.
Yeah. I think. I mean, I know I'm obviously pro Kane here, but I think, bro, they have a really cool tradition when they come up from the hill.
Come the hill, yeah. We come down the hill. They touch the rock and they come down the hill like
the rock. Yeah.
They
actually hop in a bus, and then the bus drives them around the stadium, drops them off at the top. They get off, and then they come down. That's a really fucking cool, like, not as cool as the smoke, You know
what, Edwin? You know what? We have our own rock, and his name is Dwayne Johnson. Okay,
that's right,
I don't want to be hearing about that Clemson.
Yes,
shit.
exactly. He's a human being.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. You give Clemson too much love.
I'm not giving him love. I'm just saying that's kind of cool. So what? I think we got a shot. I think we got a legit shot on Saturday. It's another primetime game, like our third in a row at 7:30 p.m. or 8 o'clock.
Are we getting a college game day again?
It's up in Clemson.
What? We're going to get college game day. We're going to have college game day 3 weeks in a row, and I don't think that's ever been done.
The game got it again, right?
Oh, the game got it. Yeah, it's up. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Howard's Rock, the Rock greater than Howard's Rock. Yep.
That's right.
I dig it. But yeah, I think it was. I'm excited for it. I'm still. I'm pleasantly surprised at how smooth everything's gone with college football, as far as dealing with the pandemic and being able to play.
Yeah.
Same with the NFL. Although today there was news about the Titans having multiple players test positive. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully it's not Derrick Henry, because I got him on my damn fantasy team, and I'm gonna be pretty pissed. And the Vikings, yeah. It's gonna be tough, man. So that was Saturday. It was a great weekend. Like Gus said, we had the Dolphins win on Thursday, Marlins clinching while we were doing the show on Friday.
Yeah.
Then we had the victory Saturday. Great NFL action Sunday. And then now we're in the Monday night game. The Monday night game. That's what I want to talk a little bit about here. So this is TD, to give you a little background. Gus and I almost threw shit at each other today from a safe distance, because we were arguing about because apparently, all right, before Gus gets in his little says that I'm, overpowering.
Hey, I didn't bring this up. If you want to talk about it, go ahead, bro. You want to open that can of worms?
You brought it up. So go ahead.
Apparently, I wasn't accurate enough with my description of a certain play that I thought was an incredible play. There was a play, TD, maybe not to you, and obviously not to Gus, but to me, I think it was a top 5 throw. I thought it was one of the best pass completions I've ever seen a quarterback make, okay? Maybe you disagree, maybe you agree. But the throw, the 49-yard touchdown bomb that Mahomes threw, from the snap, he was rolling to his left, planted his foot, okay, and pivoted, and then threw cross body as he had a Baltimore Raven coming up on him, okay? All right? Threw it cross body, threw it in far enough, 10 yards behind the defense, that his receiver, I think it was Harden, was able to get behind the defense and actually catch it unbothered by any defender. To me, was one of the craziest plays I've ever seen, because of the degree of difficulty, going one way, throwing it another, putting it far enough that only your receiver can get it while taking a hit from one of the best defenses all at the same time. To me, I was just like, wow, why are they not like really just blowing this play up? To me, that's what it was. Now, our fight happened because I wasn't as accurate when it came to how he threw the ball, and Danny was there also. He was ready to break up a fight, but we're not going to get into the specifics of that argument, because that already happened. That episode of Lemon City Live happened today. It was a little behind the scenes stuff. But do you know what play I'm talking about? Have you seen that?
I know exactly what play you're talking about. It was two receivers. It was a flood route, but I know exactly what route you're talking about. Yeah.
So I don't know what you thought of that play. To me personally, I think that's one of the greatest fucking throws I've ever seen. Just because all the elements that I'm saying that I saw. The problem with the play is that Mahomes made it look so easy because he's so fucking good that I don't think people are gonna appreciate the level of difficulty that throw has because he makes it look so damn easy.
I'm going to say this: it's not one of the. And two, that was designed for it. Not to say it looked like that, but both were on a hot, like more of on a level to create fusion of exactly what God he did go to. So all Pat did was put it at a location, knowing where the receiver was going to be at. It's a lot of plays I've seen in the NFL that I can't say was the best play. But I'm not gonna say that when that I saw last year, but probably 2 years ago, where Russell Wilson rolled out and threw a ball to I think Stephen Lockett in the back of the end zone where he had literally no space with the ball. And he put that ball literally on a dime.
Yeah.
And how difficult that pass was, rolling out, running to your left, throwing from your right to give it to a short receiver, by the way, that was double covered. And to make that play, to me, is one of the best plays you could ever see as a quarterback position. Not taking away from Patrick Mahomes. Like, he makes incredible plays. But I don't think that's the best play he has done in his NFL career, especially in the past 3 years.
Maybe not his best play, but to me personally, I watched that and I was just taken away at what I saw. To me, it was schooling everybody on what your body is not supposed to be able to do that easily. You know what I mean? It was just fascinating. Now, I'll also say that one of the other greatest throws I've ever seen was thrown by Jay Cutler when he was a Denver Bronco. I saw that dude roll out from behind the 50, behind the 50, rolling to his left. And that one, Gus, I'll be very clear because I've seen that video multiple times. He was rolling to his left and threw it crossbody running and threw it into the end zone where the guy caught the ball. It was like a 60-yard bomb running the wrong way on like a dime, and he made it look like, well, unbelievable. One of the greatest throws I've ever seen.
A lot of people forgot how dangerous Jay Cutler was in Denver. He was surgical, man. Yeah. After he left Denver, he just fell off, man. Like
he was known for having one of the strongest arms.
Oh, that guy's got a cannon, bro. Cuddy Siggs was nasty, bro. When he wanted to be, he just got that I don't give a fuck face all the time, and sorry, man, that rubs people the wrong way. Unfortunately.
Now, I will say this. Notice how I didn't interrupt you when you were describing your Pat Mahomes take. I have to give my side of the story now. TD.
Don't talk, Edwin.
I said we weren't going to talk about the incident. I said I gave you the specs on the play.
You're talking right now. Let Gus get his window.
Yeah, man. You totally misinterpreted what I said. You said, you make it seem like I didn't think it was an incredible play, which I said numerous times.
I didn't say
it was an incredible play. It was an incredible play.
Stop talking, Edwin. Stop talking.
Yeah, for real, bro. Come on, man. Follow the rules. God damn it. So all I was arguing with Edwin about was the way that he described the play, because he makes it seem like Patrick Mahomes ran directly to his left and threw the ball while still running into the end zone, which would have been, one of the most incredible plays of all time. But that's not what happened. He ran backwards and slightly to his left and then stopped running, planted his foot, and moved the momentum to his front foot, like how you normally throw a football, and threw an incredible fucking bomb to the end zone. That's how that play went down. And that's all I was arguing with Edwin.
He left. Yeah, because it's the truth. It's the truth. You described that play exactly how it happened, Gus. Because you can't if you tell Edwin something like, hey, the pie was delicious, and Edwin said, oh my God, I had the best pie ever. You know, it had the cream on top of it. He'll over-exaggerate something that's so simple, bro. Like, come on, man.
That pie was top five.
You guys are not appreciating how good the Patrick Mahomes pie is, bro. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. You guys are I had to get out and scream at you so you guys couldn't hear it because you were so wrong on everything you were saying. That's why
I described it exactly how it happened, and I still said that it's an incredible fucking pass that a lot of NFL quarterbacks can't make.
not going to discuss what happened earlier today because that's what I said. I'm not here to discuss that. But I will say this, since you brought it up, I did not say what Gus said. I didn't say that he went back there, threw this, and was all this up. I said he was going to his side and threw it cross-body. But Gus was apparently upset because I didn't say that he planted his pivot foot, and I didn't recall the details to the exact specifications of the throw. Still, irregardless, like
if you're gonna talk about Patrick Mahomes, you got to talk about the specifics, man. If you talk about Patrick Mahomes, you have to talk about the specifics all the time.
Well, I thought the all the elements of the play were sick, and again, let's not lose sight of the fact that Patrick Mahomes came in there yesterday and basically flexed his Tom Brady muscle on Peyton Manning yesterday because Lamar Jackson, it's starting to look more and more like Brady and Manning. You know what I mean? Where Brady was just taking all the cookies.
Brady and Manning, yes,
all the cookies at the beginning until Manning figured out how to beat him. And the worst part, I think, and what's really, I don't know how did you guys feel about it, but Lamar Jackson afterwards came out and said the Chiefs are kryptonite. How do you feel about admitting something like that to the public, and what do you think it does to people?
Hey, bro. Hey, Pedro Martinez said it best. The Yankees are my daddy. Hey, bro, it is what it is. You know what I mean? But eventually,
it is, yeah.
Eventually, Pedro got his, right? Mm-hmm. Because he's that great. I think Lamar Jackson is that great. The Chiefs are not going to be, from top to bottom, a great team for the entirety of Patrick Mahomes' existence. Eventually, they're going to have a bad defense.
You don't know
or
that.
something.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
You're right. You're right. I don't know that. That could very well happen. But, even Manning beat Brady sometimes. You know what I mean? But Brady just got the best of it.
Yeah, Brady.
You know what I mean?
And it took him a while.
Yeah.
But the point is, you're trying to say is that Patrick Mahomes can't monopolize that division in the NFL for the next 15 years. Technically, Peyton Manning only had one good year against when they came against Tom Brady, and we had to come back by 20 points because the Patriots actually had the lead the year we went to the Super Bowl, and we had to come back from 20. So that could have been another situation that Peyton lose against Tom Brady. So if you think about that, if that actually happened, then Tom Brady would have basically mollywopped Peyton Manning his entire career at the Indianapolis Colts, and the only time that he was able to get over it was when he was with the Denver Broncos. So, this could happen because Patrick Mahomes is really that damn good, bro.
He is,
he's really that damn good that he can minimize the spectacular way that Lamar Jackson is when they meet up. That's his kryptonite, and he has to find a way, or really not Lamar Jackson. The Baltimore Ravens have to find a way to minimize Patrick Mahomes because it's not going to be Lamar versus Holmes. It's going to be the defense of the Baltimore Ravens versus Patrick Mahomes. So,
but what is it? The best offense is a good defense, and
I think it's
vice versa or whatever. Yeah. But no, I agree. My big take though is Patrick Mahomes looked like he was almost bored last night. Like it just looked so easy for the guy. You know what I mean? Yeah. And Lamar Jackson, although his legs were working well yesterday, he was running the ball nice. When it counted, it didn't, he wasn't completing the passes. He had less than 100 yards passing on the night. And you're a guy who's unfortunately always fighting the stigma of, even at this point, even after winning an MVP, you're still going to have doubters. You're still going to have people say, he's not that good of a quarterback, or, it was a one-year shtick. People know, how to beat him now. You're going to be fighting that. And it's your burden to carry, and he's doing a great job at it. But when you show up and you put on that kind of performance on a big stage like Monday night, it's tough, I still think he's going to regroup just fine. I still think he's going to come back, but he took an L last night, and he took it in the face, and I expect to see him come back and do well and continue to do well and have a great season. But last night, big stage, wanted to see it, and it was all Mahomes, man.
Let's give credit to the Kansas City Chiefs defense because it was all Lamar Jackson playing bad. The Kansas City Chiefs had a great game plan for him. They didn't overcommit to the pass rush. You can notice when they got out up front, they stopped at a particular point and let the middle rush press in. So they never gave Lamar Jackson a window to cut through the defense or outrun him. So give credit to the Kansas City Chiefs defense and not
he still did
Lamar
sometimes,
Jackson because they stayed with a game plan.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, he
for
still did, but the Ravens stayed to the game plan. It's just that the Chiefs just had a better game plan.
No.
You know, unfortunately for Lamar Jackson, his style of play that he's great at doesn't promote like running up the score the way that Pat Mahomes does. You know what I mean?
Yes,
His style of play promotes, you know, dominating ball possession and stuff like that. But if, like you said, if the Kansas City Chiefs have a good game plan going in and they're stopping him, you know, more often than not, that's what's just gonna happen. He still put up 20 points, which is amazing. Well, one of them was a kick return. One of them was a kick return.
Man, it wasn't a good showing for Lamar. It was a bad night. He's hoping to forget everything.
Yeah.
And it is. You're gonna have those, bro. We're gonna have those. We have bad shows, you know, where Gus, you know, says a bunch of crap and it doesn't work out for us. You know, I haven't had a bad show like that before. But it happens.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, listen, the debate is on. I want to see Joe Biden talk, bro.
Yeah, we're rolling out now. I did want to leave one last point, which I thought was a really telling stat, and I didn't know about it, but Lamar Jackson, as quarterback of the Ravens, is 0-6 now. Whenever the team is trailing
by 10 or more.
10 points or more.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big stat, man.
Yeah.
And, you know, Mahomes, you want to be a Mahomes. You want to be one of these guys, man. You got to win those games where you're down. You got to face adversity. You got to be able to rally your team to a victory. You got to be able to do those things. I mean, Mahomes was down to Los Angeles, the Chargers last week. Came back, won it in overtime. You know, we've obviously seen what he did in the Super Bowl, being down, 20 points in the third quarter, some shit like that. Came back. You gotta put those things together and have that complete game, and he hasn't had that yet. So I'm rooting for Lamar. I like him, but that was a very telling stat for him and the whole Ravens. I mean, it's a team effort. They got to step it up, man. You can't go down and just give up like that.
You ever seen the movie Goal about this Mexican kid from Los Angeles? I guess discovered playing soccer in a park, and then he goes on to play for Newcastle.
I've heard of it.
All right. Anyway, while he's playing for Newcastle, the coach tells him, because all he's doing is dribbling and dribbling and dribbling, the coach tells him, yo, the ball moves faster if you pass it. You know what I mean? And I think that's a great analogy to what Lamar is going through right now.
Appreciate it, C-Dub. Love you, brother. I think we're going to go with Iris here. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Kelly Blanco for joining us, man. She was great. Go check out lemoncitylive.com. Check out the Chris Sponer shirt, bro. What's up?
Yes.
We got some new swag. We got the Bam God shirt out, man. So just in time for the finals. You know, get your swag ready. Heat and 3.
That's right. We'll be covering the Dolphins game this weekend too, so look out for that.
Gus is going to be over at
Hard Rock.
Hard Rock. TD's going to be slinging that pelota, winning some highlight.
That's right.
Yeah, was TD on the team when Manny came back against Tampa? No, that was the year before. That was like 2003, right? I think you were still on the Canes. Yeah, I do remember that game. Kelly was great. Iris, thank you so much. Again, thank you all guys for commenting. We love you. Kick back, relax, enjoy the debate, and we'll see you on Friday. Have a great night, everybody.